I'm an escort for a living.
$600?
Yes, for 2 hours.
Okay.
I'm high end.
High end?
I know I don't look like it right now, but
I was about to say,
I'm
you
like
know what is going on.
Look me up, though. I promise you, you'll
So,
see.
I mean, where do people look you up at? What made you get into escorting?
I'm just good at what I do.
Is that right? How much would you say you make on average? You know,
When
on
I first
any
moved
given
down
week
here
or
in
whatever.
Kennesaw,
Okay,
I was making
Kennesaw.
$30,000-$40,000 a month.
Where was all that money going? Because do you think that you're high end maybe just because I guess you're white?
Like
and
that.
so she sold you to who though? Like that's what I'm trying to.
Random white men. That's why I've never been with like white men like that.
And this is to have sex with?
Yeah, this older black man had hit me up and he wanted me to act like his white slave master.
Okay, well, little role
And
play.
I was like, that's just weird. I was like, what? I was like, no, like that's crazy.
Your ancestors did it.
No, not mine.
Your ancestors did it.
What's up, YouTube?
So guys, I'm back in the gym with Katie, back on the meal plan with Chef Said, and back in the streets full time. So it's time to get back to the content. What's up, YouTube? Atlanta Street Interviews out here with another one. So we got a young lady with us today. How you doing today, miss?
I'm good.
All right. It's kind of loud out here. I'm gonna ask you to speak up just a little. Matter of fact, let's go right across the street. All right, yeah, we go right across the street. You go ahead. All right, that's perfect. Uh-oh. All right, you staying right here for me. Yep. All right, we had to come across the street because that music might mess the video up. Okay, so are you homeless?
I am.
Okay, how old are you?
40.
40? And so how long have you been homeless?
Actually, like less than a week because I kind of landed out here. I'm an escort for a living, and one of my tricks didn't do what he's supposed to do, and I'm just tired, so took a break.
Huh? How long you been escorting?
About 3 years.
And so what was supposed to be happening when you came out here? What was the deal?
I came from Norcross, and he called me, and so it was an out call, and went to his apartment, did what we did.
Sir.
What's up, baby?
Everything good? Man, I appreciate that, big dog. Look at that man on daddy duty. Put you on? Man, look at that black man on daddy duty. I love it.
Gizmo and the Goon, my YouTube. I can show all the, you know what I'm saying, the struggles of being a black man.
Shout it out again.
Gizmo and the Goon. Gizmo and the Goon.
Gizmo and the
Black
Goon.
man, mother crashed out on dope. Do this. She knew me ever since she been born.
Okay.
Black man, get at me. You know what I'm saying? If we can talk. I want you to see.
Let's do it, man.
Get at me, brother. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
God bless you.
Man, listen, man. We're going to tap in.
I got you.
Okay, say less, man. Say less. I'm so sorry about that, by the way.
Baby.
No. You good. You good, brother. You good.
But yeah, I went on an out call, and because he called me for services, and he's one of my regulars, and got out here, and I've had issues with him before, but he's always paid, and this time he didn't pay. And
What type of issues have you had with him before?
he's mental issues.
Okay. How
yeah.
much was he supposed to give you?
About $600.
$600?
Yes, for 2 hours.
Okay.
I'm high end.
High
I
end?
know I don't look like it right now, but
I was about to say,
I'm
you
a
know
hot
what
mess.
is
Look
going
me up,
on.
though. I promise you'll
So,
see.
where do people look you up at?
Instagram, Facebook.
What's your IG? What's your Facebook?
My is Beautiful Chaos 8440.
Okay. Because I mean, you know, I'm gonna be honest with you, right? 600 seems a lot for what you got going on. Like,
Yeah, I know.
who's paying this money?
I have a very high-end clientele.
Yeah?
I do. And I know it looks like bullshit right now.
No. Listen.
Look at my toes, though. Like, come on now.
So y'all better know now. Say you can always tell by the toes.
Right.
Okay. So all right. So we're gonna mine all this out. Do you have kids?
I do.
How many?
I got 4. They're grown.
Okay. How old is the oldest? How young is the youngest?
My oldest is 24. My youngest is 19.
Okay. So you had them within back to back type of deal. Was it the same guy or different guys?
I had 2. I had an ex-husband, 10 years, and then my ex of 14.
Ex of 14 years?
Yeah.
Oh wow. So you just been in a lot of long-term relationships. Okay. What made you get into escorting?
I'm just good at what I do.
Is that right? Is that right?
I am.
Because
and it's
I mean,
good money. I mean, I'm not ashamed of what I do at all. Like, I just say, I mean, women.
well, I
out
mean,
here,
were you doing this stuff when you was married and when you was in long-term relationships?
No, when I got out of my relationship, yeah. When we separated, because I don't have any family or anything, so I had to like take care of myself. So.
Did you grow up in foster care or something like that?
I did.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. So when you separated from the guys, you just was like, hey, but did you ever do escorting before?
I dipped and dabbed, but not like I do now.
So dipped and dabbed, like what age are we talking about? When was the first time we dipped or dabbed?
Probably about 19. Like I didn't get paid like I do now, like full blown, like be on a
Well,
whole
what did
website.
it look like at 19?
Oh, nothing like it does now. Like,
Well, yeah, I mean, give us an idea, like
money wise.
no, just like how you was doing it, you know, like what the circumstances was, that type of deal. Because
Really?
19 was 20 years ago, so
Right.
some of the technology that we have today
Right.
either was in its infancy or just outright didn't
I
exist.
think it's just upon meeting people. Like one guy I met at Walmart, he owned his own business, and we clicked like that. So just about meeting people like that.
Okay, so it was just like a couple regulars, just folks you would
Right.
meet here and there type deal, but not like as a career like you're doing it now.
Facts.
Okay, so, and so because, do you think that you're high end maybe just because I guess you're white?
No.
No?
No, there's a lot of beautiful black women out there, Hispanic women. I'm half Mexican.
Okay.
Yeah, I lived in Mexico when I was little. My own mother sex trafficked me as a child.
Is that right?
Yeah, from Texas to Mexico.
How old were you then?
I was about 4.
And what do you mean she sex trafficked you? Like what?
Well, see, my mom, she died in '93 in Fort Worth County Jail, and from pneumonia. And I ended up finding out that her mother, my grandmother, did the same thing to her, and I ended up forgiving her, not saying it was right, but she did what she was new, and she was strung out on crack and shit like that. So
what did she sell you? I know what I'm saying.
Yeah, she
what does
sold
sex
me.
trafficking look like at that age? You know, like
I'm gonna assume for crack because I was so little, I wouldn't know if it
Right.
was money or crack. But she was really high strung, like
and
mad.
so she sold you to who though? Like that's what I'm trying to.
Random white men. That's
And-
why I've never been with like white men like that.
And this is to have sex with?
Yeah,
At 4?
yeah. I can't make this shit up. And it's not for nobody to feel sorry for me. That's just the limits I was given. That's who I am today.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, if that started around 4, did it continue up to a certain age, or like what was your childhood like?
I actually graduated in '04. I had a good life at one point in time, you know. And then when I got my baby daddy here in Georgia, because I'm from Texas, I'm from Houston.
Okay.
And when I got with him, he got me, you know, strung out. No, I'm not going to say he got me because he didn't force it down my throat, but he introduced me to opiates. So I got addicted to opiates. And now I'm just getting clean.
But real quick, just going back to childhood,
Yeah.
did any other traumas occur in childhood?
Oh, yeah, mental abuse, physical abuse, yeah, all that.
Okay, and so.
But I was fortunate enough not to become mental health, I guess, you know.
Well, I mean, okay, so I guess I'm trying to figure out what, you know, effect do you think those things had on you? Like, what effect do you think?
I think the effects it had on me was looking for love through, you know, for men, you know.
Because when did you go into
abandonment.
foster care?
I was probably about 5, something like that. Because my mom died when I was 9, and I was in the system then.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay. So, all right.
A lot.
No, listen. This I get it. And
It's raw.
well, and we've heard a lot of this stuff, right? And so I'm trying to figure out. Okay, so there was no other sexual traumas or nothing like that, and so we ended up, you know, graduating high school, everything else. It sounds like kind of got into some dibbing and dabbing shortly thereafter, but I guess the full blown into it, like most people would think, like, okay, become a full blown escort. That happens younger, not like
Older.
middle
Right.
age type
Backwards.
deal, right? So what's the explanation? Like I get
Survival.
it, like so just straight up survival, just needed money.
Yeah.
So I guess, what was the reason that you and your husband split,
My ex.
or your ex, whoever the most recent ex was?
We actually both got addicted to fentanyl, and he got really, really strung out on it bad. And so he ended up going to prison, and that was my chance to detach myself from him. So I left him in Dalton, Georgia.
Okay.
Just, you know, I had to get away.
It's okay, and you weren't escorting then? Okay. And so what would they think about it if they knew? Do they know that you're escorting now, your ex or your ex-husband?
I don't know. I wouldn't really care. I mean, I got a lot of anger issues with him, you know,
Why?
because, you know, he was the reason why the kids got taken away and stuff, which the kids live with his mom now. And knowing that I don't have any family or anywhere to go, and it's like, he just didn't give a f, you know?
Okay. Okay, so yeah, let's dive into some of this escorting stuff, right? So, you know, initially you say $600. I'm like, who the hell is paying $600? Because again, yeah, I get it. You know, I don't know. I guess you're saying what you got, magical cooter cat? Like,
I got some. I got that voodoo. I take very good care of my pussy. Yeah.
but I guess in my
But it's
head,
not just the sex. Let me correct that. It's the experience. I don't. When it comes to me, I do charge for time, but it's not. I don't treat them like a trick. I don't call them tricks. I don't like calling them tricks. I call them clients, and that's why I get the repeat clientele that I get. I learned a lot of stuff about myself as a woman and about men being in this industry.
what did you learn? So as an escort, give it to these ladies. What did you learn about men?
Women can be very selfish creatures. You know, I know that the next relationship, I've always been, you know, I've always put, you know, my man in front of me, period. But sometimes we forget, you know, and I'm not just gonna, you know, sometimes we forget when our man steps outside that door that it's him against the world, and we don't understand what he goes through to get what he gets to provide for, you know, our household, and they don't get the credit that they should get. So,
I tell you what, you better preach it, okay? I ain't mad at that. I ain't mad at that. You got pretty big hands. Like, what?
I'm not a man.
Okay, so like at first I was like, what's going on?
I'm
Like,
telling you, a woman.
okay, is it just like, is there a reason for why they're so big?
I don't know. I don't know.
Okay, did you ever do like work with your hands or anything like that?
Oh yeah, I've done a lot of different jobs.
What is it, like the drugs and stuff? Sometimes like that stuff tends to.
Nobody's ever said that.
No?
I got a mean right
I was
hook.
about to say, man, you hit somebody with that thing, man.
I knocked the Mexican dude out
it's
3
gonna be a
weeks ago
problem.
'cause
It's
he
gonna
bit
be
me
a
in my
problem.
face.
Okay, so what would you say is the most either interesting, traumatic, or just, I guess, downright scary thing that's happened to you while you've been doing this escorting?
Interesting. There's a lot of different fetishes, I guess you could say.
Tell
Weird.
us.
Like I had this one guy pay me $400 just to stick his tongue in my nose.
What?
Yes, I can't make this up. Yeah.
Okay.
And he was a younger cat. That's like, just like emo, you know, sheltered, like I guess, like
introverted, like
Yeah.
super introverted.
kid, and he paid me $400 to stick his tongue. I couldn't get the smell of his breath out my nose for 2 days.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Okay. Did he like orgasm from that or something? Or did he
just-
jerk
that's
off
all
while
he
he did
wanted to
that?
do. No, he just wanted to stick his tongue out.
For how long?
It was like for 5 minutes. So I was like, okay. I get a lot of requests to be like, I'm submissive, so I don't like. I get people that want me to one disturbing one. This guy, I shit you not. This older black man had hit me up, and he wanted me to act like his white slave master.
Okay, well, little role play.
And I was like, that's just weird. I was like, what? Like, no, like that's crazy.
Your ancestors did it.
No, not mine.
Your ancestors did it.
I'm Latino all the way. Shit.
Okay.
Shit.
No worries. I get it. Well, I mean, what other ones? Like, what other crazy fetishes? Because you're an escort. Like, what crazy fetishes?
You get a lot of like nasty, like they want you to just shit in their mouth or just nasty shit. And I don't do shit like that, but I'm like, I can find you something.
So, what is the craziest fetish that you have done?
that I have?
Yeah, that you've done. Like, that you've done for a client or whatever.
I mean, I know this is probably not the craziest, but I kicked him in his balls, and it took me everything in me just to do that, and he came like really hard. So
What?
Yeah.
Wait.
Because first I tapped it. He's like, no, harder. There's a white dude. He's like, harder, and I was like, so I tapped it harder, and he came. I was
Tapped it with your foot? Or?
Yeah. Because first he wanted like the pantyhose with the feet, because I take care of my feet, and so then he was like, "Can you just kick my balls a little bit?" So I was like, "Okay." So I tapped it. He's like, "No." So I tapped it like hard, and he nutted. Everyone was like, "What the?"
Okay.
It's like embarrassing, but it's like weird. I don't know.
Okay, so what? That's hilarious. Okay, I can just. Anyway, all right. So, okay, so how much would you say you make on average? You know,
When I
on
first
any
moved
given
out
week
here
or
in
whatever.
Kennesaw,
Okay,
I was
Kennesaw.
making $30,000-$40,000 a month.
Where was all that money going?
I was helping a lot of people. I got a bad habit of that. Helping people with hotels, you know.
Okay, so besides the help people with hotels, was any of it like drugs and stuff like that?
You know, addiction, of course, but not like when it comes to me, like when I would buy my fentanyl, I'd buy like a ball because my ball lasts me a long time. I don't like going every day to buy, you know. And then support other people's drug
How much
habits.
would a ball cost?
I could get a ball for like $150, but that's my plug though. Usually it's about $400.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. Like, okay, so you was making $34,000. How much are you making around these days or whatever?
Right now, because I'm not posted. If I'm not posted, I'm not making shit. When I'm posted, I can make at least maybe about $5,000 because these women have the game bad.
Five grand a week, a month?
Yeah, a month, yeah.
Okay, about $5,000 a month. Okay. All right, and so like, that's what I'm saying. Like, why aren't you living better then?
I know. There's no excuses. It's embarrassing, but I'm honest as it comes.
Well, right, but why?
I don't know. I'm just tired.
No. What I'm saying, why aren't you living better? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, serious question.
It's like my homeboy told me. He's like, Michelle, stop making yourself available for people. And I don't know how to not do that.
Huh. Okay. Do you think any of that stems from childhood?
Yes. I think it's, I don't want to be lonely, you know, like I'm tired
The whole
of being lonely.
foster kid, you know,
Yeah.
abandonment issues, that type of deal.
Like I have no siblings, I have nobody, it's just
Right,
me.
so you just want to forge a relationship with whoever you
People.
can.
Yeah.
Even if it's to your detriment, it sounds like.
Right.
Okay. 30, 40 grand a week, a month, that's a lot.
It was a lot, and
So let me ask, when you don't post, why don't you post?
because now because I lost my ID and everything, you gotta have an ID to post. But I pay people if I can find somebody $100 a day. I pay them $100 a day to post me.
Well, why don't you just go get your ID for $100?
I got warrants. Don't say that.
Okay. Well, we didn't say who your name was or
Right,
anything
right.
like that. So, okay. So, why don't you just go clear that stuff up, or is it like you don't really want to clear it up?
No. I don't want to go to jail. God damn.
How long do you think you'll be
We
going?
crashing all interviews, man.
Man, look at my
We
boy,
crashing all
man.
interviews,
So
man.
hold
Y'all know what the fuck going
on.
on. We crashing all interviews,
You
man.
look
You know
like a little more drippy today,
You know what I'm saying?
man. You look a little more drippy today, man.
You know what I'm saying? We got whatever y'all
No, it's
do.
all love, big dog. All day. But okay, so essentially, cause you don't know how long it'll. Is it like that serious? Whatever you did?
I got a burglary charge and a couple other charges.
What were you burglarizing somebody?
No.
Okay, like what I'm saying, like if you were making all that money, why are you doing that stuff?
No, I got caught up in some shit. Affiliation, all that shit, you know. It goes deep.
Okay. All right. Not like no murder or nothing like that, right?
No.
Okay. Just asking, just making sure.
Allegedly.
Just allegedly. Okay. We're going to keep it there.
Right.
We're going to keep it right there. All right. All right. So, all right. Well, listen, I mean, what are you doing to like kind of get out of this situation at this point? Because
I was
sounds
just
like you just
resting.
got in it a week.
Yeah, I was
Sounds
just,
like you're more resting your mind and your spirit than
Right.
anything else.
that ass. Like I just was telling him that today. Like I was just, you know, I was just tired. The day that he left me stranded,
Mm-hmm.
I literally went around the block on the church and asked the first person I could lay down. And you can ask him. I've been laying down the whole time, just resting because they call me the go-getter. Like I'm going. Like
Okay,
I
so-
don't like going to sleep broke.
So what are we going to do to get ourselves out of this situation?
Shit, I find a way. I always do.
I guess just work your way to the top.
Right.
Like with that,
Try not to go back to the bottom.
with the magical cooter cat that you
Right.
got going on, the $600 cooter cat.
Right.
I ain't mad at that. What's gonna be your response to people are gonna look at this, and they're gonna inevitably say like, all right, well, 40 years old, you say black don't crack, but you know what I'm saying? That black right there. Hold on real quick. Had to watch that, man. Had to
You
watch
silly,
that,
man.
man. All right,
Yeah.
we had to keep an eye on that one. But okay. So what's gonna be your people to say? What up, my boy? Everything coolin'? Yes, sir. Yeah, people gonna say, well, hey, she looks 50 or 60. Like, who the hell would pay for that or whatever? What's your response to that?
I mean, I don't really give a fuck what anybody got to say. I know what I'm about, you know, and I stand 10 toes down on what I say. I ain't got to bullshit nobody because I don't owe anybody anything.
Well, I mean, and if the results are that people are paying $400 and $600,
and like I said, you can look me up. It's Michelle Mendoza, Beautiful Chaos 8440.
Okay, that's on Instagram?
Yeah,
Okay.
Instagram. Facebook's Michelle Mendoza.
All right, now you're gonna have some of these people on my channel reaching out for
I'm trying to tell
that that magical.
Yeah, I got
we'll
that.
see. You got that. Hey, my boy say.
Right.
Hey. All right. Well, listen. If anybody out there did want to reach out, help or donate, we got your IG and Facebook. Do you have Cash App or anything like that?
Not right now.
No.
Yeah.
Hey, Escort, you got Cash App.
Because I lost my phone.
Oh Lordy,
I
my G's. Okay. Well, like I say, we really appreciate you.
Thank you,
Definitely
babe.
wishing them for the best. All right.
Thank you, babe.
Make sure you have a good one, sweetie. All right.